Hello children, welcome back to 8th Social Science. Children, in the last class we are in the topic lithosphere. In the lithosphere we learned structure of the earth, isn't it? Where we learned how the earth was made up of. That was in our last lesson. In the lithosphere, how the earth was divided, and in that we have seen the uppermost layer of the earth, which is crust, and the crust which consists of a mineral called silica and aluminium. So upper crust was called as a sea, and below that, which is a lower crust, which consists of a mineral called silica and magnesium, so it was called as a sema. That was a first layer of the earth, that is a crust. And next, mantle, which is a middle or the second layer of the earth, which is nearly 2,900 kilometer has been spread from the beginning, from here up to 2,900 kilometer, the width or the spread of a mantle. And here the liquid or the mineral which we can see in form of a semi-liquid or partially molten. In the sense, it is neither solid or a liquid, molten form. So it was called as a magma, and it composed of a dense and rigid rock. We can see the construction of a rock in a mantle. In the sense, the availability of the rock we can see in a mantle, and this layer consists of a magnesium and iron. Up to here I told you. Then in mantle has two divisions. Like in a crust, we have seen upper crust, lower crust, right? Again in mantle, children, we have seen upper mantle which consider or which also called as a asthenosphere, where the mineral we can see in partially molten condition. Is it clear? The upper layer of the mantle is called as a asthenosphere. One more question, children. Upper mantle is called as a asthenosphere, where the mineral we can see in a semi or a partial molten condition, whereas lower mantle is also called as a mesosphere, where all the mineral we can see in a solid form. So what is mesosphere and what is asthenosphere, or what was called as upper mantle and what is a lower mantle? Question may comes as anything. It may be a twisted or indirect also. So you must remember that upper mantle is called as a asthenosphere, where mineral we can see in a molten condition, and the lower mantle is a mesosphere, where we can see the solid mineral. And they see this part is very important. Okay, all this part carry one more question. Remember, children, the contact zone of crust and mantle is called as Mehrovic discontinuity. Is it clear? See, assume that this is the end of a crust, right, and this is the beginning of a mantle. This link or this part was called as a, or connecting part was called as a Mehrovic discontinuity, which is the contact zone of a crust as well as a mantle. And again, the boundary that separate the mantle from the core is called as Gutenberg discontinuity. Gutenberg discontinuity in the sense which divide or which separate end of the mantle and beginning of a core. Mehrovic discontinuity in the sense which is the end of a crust and beginning of a mantle, whereas Gutenberg is end of a mantle and beginning of a core. That is, you have to remember, okay? And the rock are different in chemical composition above and below here. So as I told, we can found the deposit of a rock in a mantle. The existence or availability of the rock we can see in the part of a mantle, neither in a core nor in a crust. The availability of the rock we can see in the mantle part, where we can see different type of a rock which are in different chemical or which consists of a different chemical deposit. Is it clear? Rock in the sense we cannot assume that all the rock or the stone available there are same. There we can get different type or different chemical deposit we can see in the mantle. That is up to a mantle. Then the last one is core. That is the end or the last part of the earth, which is innermost layer of the earth. The depth of it was 6,371 kilometer from the surface. Is it clear? 2,900 from the surface, that was a mantle, and 6,371 from surface to end, that was a core. That was the last layer of the earth. Clear? See, then what are the mineral which consisted in a core? That was, the core has nickel, which has titled as Ni, and ferrous, which is Fe. So it is called as a knife. Clear? What is knife or where we can find the knife? That was end of the earth, which was found in a core, which consisted of a material nickel and ferrous, so that it can be called as a knife. So here where the crust, mantle and core, we can expect all 1 mark question, children. So be careful and revise it. Okay, then move on. That was rock. I told that we can see the deposit or the availability of the rock. We can see in a mantle, and the rock which was available in a mantle, which consists or which is made up of different kind of a chemical. Clear? So the rock are the hard things which have different kind of a mineral, means which was made up of a different mineral as well as a chemical. Is it clear, children? Rock is a hard material which is made up of a different mineral as well as a different chemicals. Then these are naturally in solid form and have inorganic substance. So remember that all the rocks which are in a solid form, and it also considered as a inorganic in the sense, organic in the sense which we can say as a decay of some plants or a dead animals, whereas rock is not made up of any organic substance. It is considered as inorganic substance. Is it clear? Rock is made up of inorganic substance, children. Is it clear? See, here you can see different kind of a rock, and these are also called as a mixture of mineral. So that when rock is made up of different kind of a inorganic substance, there we can expect different mineral or mixture of a different mineral. So it is also called as a mixture of mineral. Okay, children. Now what we have learned? We learned crust, mantle and core. We also learned that in the part of a mantle, we can get the sources or the availability of the rock. And as per that, rocks are divided into 3 types. Clear? See, since the rock are formed due to the natural process, they are classified into 3 types. Remember, children, rock is not made by human being. It is not a man-made. It is nature or made by the natural process. On the process of a nature, on the basis of a natural forces, we divide rock into 3 types. Okay, children, today we are learning up to the 3 types of a rock, and remember that, you also remember that rock is made up of inorganic substance. Though it is made up of a natural process, it is a inorganic substance, okay, which consists of lot of mineral things. So as per that, rock is divided as a igneous rock or the primary rock, sedimentary rock which is considered as a secondary rock, and the third one is metaformic rock. Clear? Which are the types of a rock? Igneous rock, sedimentary rock and metamorphic rock. These are the three classification. This flow chart is used to remind you that there are the three types of a rock. In that again there is a subdivision is there. Okay. In that first one is igneous rock. Correct. First one is igneous rock. Igneous, the word igneous which is derived from Latin word ignis. Remember children, the ignis or the igneous word has been derived from Latin word ignis, which means fire. Sanskrit word agni or ignis, which means fire. So this rock is made out of the fire. Is it clear? As the word ignis is derived from Latin word ignis, which means fire. In Sanskrit we use the word agni, which also means fire. So we can assume or we can mean that the word igneous rock or the rock igneous rock are formed due to the fire. Okay. What is the origin of a igneous rock? One more question. So the word ignis, which means fire, igneous rock are formed by cooling of a molten material or magma that come from the interior of the earth. Igneous rock were the first to be formed, therefore they are called primary rock. Clear? So remember here that igneous rock is, as I told, which is made out of a fire. Here what you read, that igneous rock are formed by the cooling of a molten material or magma that come from the interior of the earth. See children, here you have seen the structure of the earth, right? So as I told, the availability of this rock we can see in the mantle. So here what we observed in mantle children, all the mineral we can see in form of a molten, partially molten. Remember here I told, see it all are partially molten. See here all are partially molten, in the sense that is not either completely we can say that is a liquid, or we cannot completely say it is a liquid, semi-liquid form. So all the material or all the mineral which was there in the mantle or in form of a semi-liquid form. So when that semi-liquid form from the depth, when it comes earth, from the depth all the magma which comes up and form as a rock. Is it clear? From the mantle all the molten material or semi-liquid material which comes up and solidified, and that became the igneous rock. So it was called as made up of fire. Igneous rock called it as a made up of fire because in the mantle all the mineral are burning. Magma means when volcano is erupted, children, you have seen in the internet, right? When volcano is erupted, the fire gases will come out. It was not assumed that we cannot tell that the mineral or the material which come out of the volcano, it is all are cool like ice, right? You have seen the fire will come out, that was considered as a magma, and that magma which doesn't come out and which solidified inside the mantle, and that solid or which is made up of fire, liquid form which will turn into solid form, and that we call it as a rock. Is it clear? What is the igneous rock? Igneous rock is which is liquid inside, which is made up of a fire which come upper part of the earth, and that become a rock. So that we call it as a primary rock because it is formed first, which is out of a fire. The magma which is created out of the fire which has become solid, that was called as a primary or the igneous rock. And I also told that in a igneous rock you can get to see two types, right? Where magma will come out and become a rock. Children, I am repeating again, the magma which come out and become a solid and that become a rock, right, in a primary rock or in a igneous rock. So that we classify igneous rock into two types, that is intrusive rock and extrusive rock. The name itself says intrusive rocks and extrusive rock. What do you mean by intrusive rock? See, intrusive rock, the molten mineral material of the earth interior solidified below the surface of the earth before reaching the earth's surface. So what is intrusive rock? There are mineral which is in semi-liquid form which becomes solid in interior of the earth itself. Is it clear? The mineral which was in a form of a semi-liquid form due to the fire which becomes solid itself inside the earth, not surface. Inside the surface itself it becomes a solid like a ice cube. Right, children? You will put a water in a ice cube and you will keep it in a deep freezer, children. Right? And after certain hours if you open, then you can see the formation that it was shaky. Have you observed the ice cube? Neither it is a solid nor a liquid. It was coming into a shape. Have you observed that? Yes. So that shape was considered as a magma. Okay. And here intrusive rock says that such semi-liquid form will get into solid form. Means when you close the fridge door and that semi-liquid shaky form of the ice cube will get into solid. After 5 or 6 hours if you remove, you will get the exact shape which you are expecting or which you put for a shape or which shape you are used, that shape you will get it. So here intrusive rock also same. Inside the earth all the mineral which was in a semi-liquid form, but few of the semi-liquid mineral will get solid, will get into solidify inside the earth, and that was called as a intrusive rock. See, the molten material of the earth interior solidify below the surface, not on the surface. It will get solidified. Solidified in the sense it will get hard below the surface itself. See, earth interior in the sense below the earth only it will get solid and below the surface of the earth. Before reaching, in the sense before coming into the surface only, the mineral will become hard, and that hard mineral we will consider as a rock. So they are called as a intrusive igneous rock. Such type of the stone are granite, diorite and gabbro. See, you may have seen while digging the earth or digging a ground, we get the granite stone, which is so costly, right? Such when the mining of a granite you may have seen, because all the stone are not available or the granite is not available in all the field, right? The treasure or the mineral of the granite can be seen in some of the peculiar places. So assume that suppose if you get the granite resources in your earth, then it becomes the property of a government, because the granite which is treasure or which is the made up of the interior of the earth, and when we are doing a digging, then it will come out. When we get it, it was in the form of a stone itself. So that you may have heard that the rate or the value of the granite is so high. Then this is the intrusive rock. Then next is extrusive rock. Extrusive rocks formed by the solidification of a magma above the surface of the earth are called extrusive igneous rock. So here intrusive rock means, in the name itself say, the solidification of the rock will get inside the or the interior of the earth, whereas extrusive in the sense outside. the solidification of the magma of the semi-liquid form will take place above the surface. This you have to remember, above the surface, interior of the earth, whereas extrusive is above the surface. And example for such was basalt, andesite are the example for the extrusive rock. Okay children, look into this slide. We learned types of rock. In that we learned igneous rock, sedimentary rock, metamorphic rock. In the igneous rock there are two types, intrusive rocks and extrusive rock. Now move on to the sedimentary rock. See children, you may get the example. Give an example for intrusive rock. Give the example for extrusive rock. So the example like intrusive rock, granite. Then the basalt for extrusive rock. You must be ready to give. The next one is sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rock is also called as a secondary rock. See, sedimentary rocks are formed by the agents of a water, wind and ice. See, sedimentary rocks are, I told that all the rocks are made up of natural process. It was not in the hand of a human being. So, especially here, the sedimentary rocks are made up of natural agent called water, wind and ice. Because of these three agents, the sedimentary rock are formed. See, these agents break down and erode the igneous rock and transport the deposit them at the certain place. Sedimentary rocks are formed after the disintegration of a igneous rock. See children, I told that igneous rocks are the primary rocks. So what available are there? Igneous rock. That igneous rock which was there on the earth, and that igneous rock, when it come to direct contact with the natural agent such as water, wind and ice, then it will disintegrate. Disintegrate in the sense it will break down. Or the chemical which was there in those igneous rock, it will react. Some will react opposite, some will directly it will react, and it will take another shape, another form, and that form was called as a sedimentary rock. Is it clear? See, directly what we get on the surface of the earth or when we dig the earth, that is a igneous rock. Clear? In the sense, when directly on the digging process what we get rock, that is the igneous rock, and by the natural process when igneous rock itself come out and it will get into the natural agent like water, wind, ice. Because of these three natural agents, the igneous rock will change the form. Will change the form and turn to some other form, and that form was called as a sedimentary rock and secondary stone. Is it clear? It is a igneous rock which changed the form because of the natural process of a water, wind and ice. That is called as a sedimentary rock. And sedimentary means the word sedimentum. Sedimentary has been took from the Latin word sedimentum, which means settle down. So that settled down stone when we get, that will consider as a sedimentary rock or a secondary rock. See, therefore they are called as a secondary rock since the deposit of these material often occur in form of the layer of a strata. These are also called as a stratified rocks. So see, these rock, here can you observe children, white form. These form are called as a, see, secondary or the sedimentary rock. All the white form was there, no? This is all called as a sedimentary rock, which was igneous rock which turned to sedimentary rock because of the reaction with the water, wind and ice, and which we can see in all this we can see not directly like on the ground as we get the granite. We can see it is in a strata. This is one of the part of the atmosphere. See, these deposit of these material often occur in form of a strata. We can get to see this was in a strata, which is one of the layer of the atmosphere, where this is get in strata, so it is called as a stratified rock. Clear? These are also called as a aqueous rock. Aqueous rock in the sense we can see such kind of a rock on surface of a ocean bed. On the ocean we can get to see, not on the land mass. Clear? Not on the land mass. Like here we won't get to see these sedimentary rock. These can be seen in a ocean bed. This is a picture of a Australia, children. Now Australian ocean bed. We can see this picture. So this was also called as a aqueous rock. Which rock was called as a aqueous rock, or why the sedimentary rock was also called as a aqueous rock? Because they are, because why the sedimentary rocks are called as a aqueous rock? Because they are formed in a water bodies like lake, sea and ocean bed. It is there in your textbook. In a social you have to make a habit of reading textbook, children. While reading, underline all such questions. Okay? So why the sedimentary rock is called as a aqueous rock? Because they are formed in a water bodies like lake, sea and ocean. I told you this is a picture of Australian ocean. Clear? Where with this white structure we can call it as a sedimentary rock. I hope this is clear. And then the last one is metamorphic rock. First one is igneous rock, sedimentary rock, and third was metamorphic rock. Metamorphic rock are formed by the process of a metamorphism or the alteration of a igneous and sedimentary rock due to heat and pressure. Clear? Here all the rocks are, it is an alteration of a primary rock. Secondary rock also same, right? It is a formation or the changes of a primary rock due to the water, wind and ice, whereas metamorphic rock is also alteration of a either igneous rock or the sedimentary rock due to heat and pressure. There in the secondary rock we have seen because of a wind, water and ice. Here heat and because of the pressure, such as example the granite is a primary stone, right? Igneous rock, granite will change to genesis, limestone will become marble, coal will become a graphite. So genesis, marble and graphite we can consider example for metamorphic rock, because these genesis is alteration of a granite, marble is the alteration of a limestone, graphite is the alteration of a coal, which is the primary. Without any changes, primarily we get this granite, limestone and coal, which is the primary stone, which take alteration in form of these genesis, marble and graphite. Is it clear, children? So in this class we will learn types of a rock. The rocks are specially found in a mantle in form of a solid form, and the rock which are made up of inorganic substance which consists of lots of mineral and the rock also classified as igneous rock, sedimentary rock and metamorphic rock. Here igneous rocks are considered as a primary rock, and all the igneous rock we can get in form of a solid condition. On the basis of that, we divide the igneous rock into two types, intrusive rocks and extrusive rock. Intrusive rocks in the sense the solidification of the rock which take place inside the earth, whereas extrusive rock in the sense the solidification of the earth will take place above the surface. Clear? Sedimentary rock is a alteration of a primary rock due to the natural agent called water, wind and ice, whereas metamorphic rock is also a alteration of a igneous and secondary rock because of the heat and pressure. The example like granite went to genesis, limestone into marble, coal into graphite. In the next class, children, we are going to learn the process of the earth crust. That we are going to learn in the next class, children. Till then, take care.